this was a real roller coaster. But now the grader has come along and it's displaced some of the earlier soil and it pushes it along, and in that way it gradually starts to even things out, and that's where we ended up with a road that is actually doable. There's Basher sashaying along. And for some reason, instead of the usual green, look how green everything is here. And look how the grass has sprung up. I mean, that grass there, look, that's literally over days it's got that big. And you can imagine all of the wildlife is in there. And this grass is actually, not that I'm any expert, but I'll tell you what I do know about this grass. As you walk through it in shorts, it gradually affects, it's like a very mild sore, and it chews away at the skin, and it isn't fun. See, now at one point that would have been a road, I suspect. But roads come and go, and that one come and gone. Come on, Porgy. If you want to do a dump, you can do it any time instead of waiting till we go home. So you saw how green the things are here. Now this is the road. When we brought the grader in, our goal was not just to take ours. This is where our road goes. That's the road that only us and the Perry family and uncle and aunt also use this road when they go home. But Julio, let me see, Maricel and her children who live just down the hill from us, Lena, Nanai. Of course, Nanai doesn't walk anymore. We make sure that, well, she doesn't walk anymore. She doesn't do that long road. She could and would if she has to, but we try to make sure that she doesn't have to. Well, obviously we wanted our road in, so that was a priority, and we got that done as quickly as possible. And then we asked the grader driver to come and do this road as well. This road used to be pretty bad, and this road leads to another community, another barangay, which is far out of sight. So this road also goes to our friend and neighbour Oping and his family, and he has been a good neighbour on the times that we've tried to repair the road down to the city road, our track, let's call it our track, and take it down to the actual city road. He has been in there and loaned and brought men along, and they've all worked together and done that. So we wanted to do the neighbourly thing and bring this road while we had the time. We had been funded by a man that we call the shepherd, who came up with enough money for us to be able to get the grader in. A huge benefit to a lot of people. So Opings Road goes up there, and while they were doing that, they did a road for my brother-in-law Manrado. And Manrado needs to be able to get from his house and do it fast and reasonably comfortably in his tricycle, because he has a disabled boy, and his boy has hydrocephalus, have I got that right, which is fluid in the skull, which has to be drained, and that's a difficult life that he has, raising that boy. So we try to help him absolutely as much as possible, as many of our subscribers have. And so when you're looking here now, you can see that in those hills there's been a huge amount of fires, and it turns the land brown. But you only need a day or so of rain, and those green shoots will come up out of that blackened earth, and the whole world becomes green again. All of this that you're looking at now was severely burned off. Over on that part there, look, you should be able to see that all of that was burned off. And all of this here down into this gully, ravine, whatever would be the correct way to do that. Funny thing is, when these fires happen, you would think that these trees would be killed. Look, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So you've got the blackened earth, and then you've got the green shoots coming about. Who knows, maybe the sun caught on that bottle which has been abandoned there and set the soil, set the grass on fire, but it very quickly recovers. And this used to be one of the heavy penalty areas that I told you about a little while ago. You would, if you had to lay the bike down, when we were still doing the bike, this was the edge of the road, or the edge of the path, and the edge of the path was quite difficult, because if you came off, if you dropped the bike here, and I did drop the bike once here, luckily we dropped it off and we went to the right, or we weren't not so close, we would have gone down there. And this is the thing about being out here. If you're by yourself, like even me now, if anything happened to me right now, it could be, well, I didn't tell anybody that I was going to come out, and I should have done. But if I did take a fall here, and that's very possible, it might be a little while before anybody would think, well, wait a minute, where's he gone? See, now all of this is burned. It was all burned black, and now it's all growing green again. And as I was saying, when I had that sudden dark thought about what would happen if I fell on my butt, all of these trees will all survive that burn off, because it burns very, very quickly, and all of the grass is gone very quick, and the fire dies. And these palm trees, they seem to survive the flames. So you can see the black of the earth there. The fire raged around for the very short time. It raged all around these trees here, and they're still there. Basha! Now at some point, probably when we've had, well, we need a little more, we need to get new tyres fitted on my aged Volkswagen Beetle, or in the Philippines they call it the Bao Bao, which is the turtle. It's an old classic VW Beetle, and we're hoping that the two-wheel drive on that and its low build, that it will come and it will handle this. Well, if not, I guess we can always tow it, but the difficulty will be in hoping. Come on, Pogie! Pogie's looking a bit tired now. Let's go, guy, it was your idea. Okay? Come on. Oh, look at that. I'll end up picking that little guy up. Okay, so we'll hope that the VW will be able to manage this. It's an incredible little car, but it's been It's been out in the wilderness at the back of Nesta, the mechanic's shop. So I haven't even looked at it in over a year. I don't suppose it's a pretty sight. See now, wow, I'm really surprised. There you've got, instead of black, it's turned almost to grey. That's because you've got that sprinkling of grass that has grown up, so it's diluted, if you like. It's diluted the black from for the eye, for the human eye from here. So it changes the colour. So there you've got a kind of a purple colour there. As far places. Now I'm the first to admit that my sense of direction is completely hopeless here. I know that any child, you could tell any child, ask any child at any point on the path, where is Getafe, where is Talibon, and straight away they say over there, or whatever it is. And here am I have no idea. I know that collection of trees over there and the metal roofs, that's where I live, and I know if I stay on this path I'll be just fine. Come on, Pogi, let's go. Pogi, come on, baby, let's go. Okay, now we're going to do the child thing that you see people in supermarkets when the kid doesn't want to go anywhere. They say, okay, well, alright, bye. And then as soon as the child hears the word bye, he starts crying again, and then he realizes he's going to have to move his butt and follow his mother or his father. So here we're back at the turning point on the road at the Gemelina tree. And Beth tells me that the Gemelina tree is owned by the mayor. Who am I to dispute that? And then there's another Gemelina tree. Gemelina trees are very good for, they're secondary to another tree which is much better for holding back on, well, the termites don't like it, but the Gemelina tree is also very good, and it's a very pretty wood as well. Now they chopped some of this down recently. They cut some of that down, and you can see what they've left. The debris that they've left has all been hidden by our nice day-old or 2-day-old grass. And now all you tidy people will be saying, why didn't they clean up the side? What about those bags? Well, at some point Beth will pay, probably Ballantoy, and we'll pay him to come and pick up all of those bags, because we will use some of them again. And there's some of the material that's left over, and I know it's a mess. And there's one of the bags that was filled and was supposed to be taken by, well, when we came in the big red or the blue, and it got left behind. And now these are actually rice fields. Over there, that dark brown spot, when there's a lot of rain, that would be a very welcome sight for a carabao, because that would be full of water. And that one there, the big tree, that's the lumboy tree. We're right on the outer limits of what I know about what trees are called. And the lumboy tree, I know, you can go up there and that has a small, well, let's call it the fruit, has a small fruit. And we did do a video on that once, way back, and what we did was, Beth and the kids, we came up here and we spread tarpaulins underneath the tree, and then one of the boys, or two of the boys, climbed up into the tree and jumped up and down on the on the branches, and sure enough it rained the lomboy fruit. And then we took home the prize. And there's a carabao there taking shade under the lomboy tree. Basha, come on, Basha, come on. That was where Beth was going to do a boom boom challenge and ride the carabao, but when we got there it wasn't James Bond. And James Bond she is familiar with. Come on, Porgy, let's go. Come on, baby. This is a big adventure for Porgy. Come on, honey. Hey, come on. Yeah. No, he's not coming to me. Yes, but it wasn't James Bond, and the other one, even though people say how docile these carabao are, or water buffalo, depending where you come from, they're not so predictable. Now, if you never saw the first sprouting of a coconut tree, that's it. Just get the coconut, and if you leave it soon enough, you'll have the start of a tree. What you would do is you would bury that entire thing, and I know a friend of ours, he has experimented a lot with how best to grow the coconut trees and banana trees. He digs a square hole 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet deep. Then he puts manure in, and then soil, and then manure, and so on. And then he sinks the coconut down and buries it over, and then he spreads manure around where he has buried the tree, planted it, and gets very good results with that. So this is what it looks like as you're driving down. And you're driving down, and you can see the bridge, and you can see the road that's going to go up. So this is a foreigner in the Philippines. Thanks for looking in. Bye for now.